Well, hello. Hey guys, I am so used to scheduling live streams that I forgot that when I set one up and I don't schedule it, it puts up a notification for people that I'm going to do a live stream. So, fun times. I'm just kind of rolling into this one. Obviously, normally I have um an intro and everything for this, but this is a little bit of just an informal chat, you could say, about the YouTube memberships. So if you guys saw my community post from earlier today, you saw that my memberships got kind of nuked because I was updating some things and YouTube decided, hey, this means we're going to cancel your memberships. so, anyway, I literally just intended to change the title of the YouTube membership name from Team Legal Bites to Byte Club. And anyway, so what happened was I decided to take that as an opportunity to sort of take a look at it and see how I can synchronize it with Patreon. So Patreon, I have several different tiers and whatnot. Um, uh, Several different tiers for different perks and whatnot. So I figured I would just make a quick video. This is probably just going to be like a 5-minute or 10-minute video, just talking about this real quick. Um, Talking about just the perks here, in case folks are curious or whatnot, or in case people got a notification. Actually, more importantly, if people got a notification and thought that they got booted out, which I don't think that um or at least I hope that no one was thinking that that was the case. But I have to correct you, Caro. We don't talk about Bike Club, and you too, Tiny Trifle. We do talk about Bike Club. Rule number 1 is like, share, and subscribe. You know that by now. So anyway, hi Madeline person stem from Sweden. Hey folks, hey Mary Malarkey from Chicago, nice to see you. And Heather Long, welcome to Bike Club. I appreciate you joining in, and I know some other folks already have rejoined or joined from the beginning. Kurt, I know you and everybody else, you got booted by YouTube from Bike Club, but that was not me and that was not intentional. So anyhow, Sean Jones, hello from Wales. Hello back to Wales. Is it Dario 74? Dario 74 from Australia. How do I become a YouTube member? Ellen Lee wants to know. Well, in the description to this video right here, there is a link to join if you would like to. There's 3 different levels now. So it actually used to be just one level of membership at $4.99 for everybody. And then you would get like member shout outs and priority reply to comments. But what I decided was, so this had lowered the entry to $2.99, and then I decided to add in members only live streams because obviously I want to start doing that, and then also early access to pre-recorded videos. So today, and the whole reason why I actually changed the memberships today was because I had planned to do a members only and supporters only live stream today, and I did do the live stream. So but in preparation for it, I was like, I might as well change this because it makes sense. And it totally backfired. But anyway, Caro, welcome to YouTube membership. So glad to see you. So anyway, yeah, so that's what's going to happen. And we were talking on this live stream earlier today about like different kind of content that they might want to see, and we're just kind of hanging out. So the sort of content that we were talking about was maybe going back into history for some of these, like maybe live streaming some old trials that have been publicized in the past with cameras in the courtroom, like the O.J. Simpson trial or the or Jodi Arias trial, things like that. That might be interesting to kind of look back and comment on. Sarah ER, welcome to YouTube membership. Average Rando, welcome to YouTube membership. I really appreciate you guys joining. Scott Cardinal, hey, Good morning. Good morning, Scott. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So, I know you were talking before about the Twilight Zone movie, which I had brought up the other day on Eric Hunley's channel. And I have a video on it. I'm actually going to be re-uploading. So one of the perks that I'm going to be doing is early access, like 24 hours ahead of everybody else. So YouTube members will be able to see that video for like 24 hours before everybody else. Same thing with Patreon, and then I'm going to see if I can synchronize locals as well, because I have memberships across all three. So um Ellen Lee, thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. You're welcome. I'm glad I got it. So, um, anyway, yeah, Sarah ER. I was wondering what happened. Glad I wasn't booted. Yes, no, no one was booted. It's just one of those things that was very unfortunate. But also, if so, for folks that sign up for Super Byte Club, it's like $5 a month. You get everything that I already described, and then members only voting rights. So once a month, you can vote for some kind of content. I'll give some options, and then you can vote for a particular video or a live stream that you'd like to see. Plus, you can get 10% discount on any kind of merch. And then there's also the Megabyte Club, which is $9.99 a month. So everything below, but 15% off merch. And then you also will get a one-time thank you video. And there's like instructions for like how to do that. So anyhow, this is I've been really trying to figure out what kind of content to bring generally to the channel, and also to my memberships and to my supporters, because I'm so grateful to folks that are supporting the channel, because it really does help me dedicate my time towards this, as opposed to other projects that could be bringing in money through lawyer work and like that kind of stuff. So it's yeah, yeah. I know that I haven't been making much of any exclusive content for members and supporters, so I really wanted to do that just to show my thanks. And let's see here. FJW says, "Will you be running a 250K soon?" My running milestones are capped at 50K at this point. So right now I still have to get caught up to that, and I know I'm super behind, but I'm working on it. So Kit Kat, this must take a lot to organize. Well done. Thank you. It's a process. There are a lot of moving pieces with running a channel and trying to run it profitably so that you can devote your time to it. I'm also looking at hiring different members of a team. So that can obviously that all costs money. So, I really appreciate all the support from folks. So anyway, oh, Sweet Angel Eyes 28. How do you like living overseas? You know what? I do like it. I really do enjoy it. Sometimes I do get a little homesick. I mean, and there are some creature comforts that you can get in the States that you don't necessarily get in other places. But I will say that it is very adventurous, and there's never a dull moment. So I really do enjoy living in different places and whatnot. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Real Hydro PX, the cash is better. Well, I don't know, but I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that specifically. But anyway, I just wanted to basically do that as a really quick update. I know that this is like a super short live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a good Sunday, a good rest of your weekend. In today's live stream, I did do an impromptu reaction to a funny clip that was from a movie that was made by the same makers of Airplane. I can't even remember the name of the movie now, come to think of it. My brother sent me the clip. um, anyway, but it looked like it was filmed at the Stanley Mosque courthouse. And so I was just like, you know what? Why not? I'll react to this. And I'm really glad that it was members only, because there was some very, very inappropriate, there was some very inappropriate stuff that ended up in there. I totally should have reviewed it ahead of time before I reacted to it. But So, little teaser in case anybody is becoming a member and is curious about it. So, you can go and check that out. The way to find that is to go through the members only posts. You should be able to see the posts that are for members only if you are a member. And then there's a link to the unlisted video. Anyhow, so yeah, that should be about it. Mr. Irish, welcome to Byte Club. Thanks for becoming a member too. And Tiny Trifle NSFW, a little bit. There were it was humorous. It was like slapstick humor, but then yeah, that's about it's a secret mixed world. Yeah, that's about that about describes it. um Christine Bucci Walker says, I wish I could become a member. I'm correcting my scoliosis spine at the end of September. It's embarrassing not being employed. Things will get better. I am so sorry. And I completely understand. I'm still planning on making plenty of content for non-members too. So I yeah, I'm working on formulating my whole system to get back to creating more content and making it spunky. But anyhow, but I'm very sorry about your scoliosis. That's got to be very aggravating, if not painful. But hopefully by the end of September, things will turn around for you, and things will get better overall. But anyway, let's see here. Oh, Sarah ER says, I've been wanting to tell you, thank you for introducing me to Remarkable too. I love mine. Yes. See, I've got mine too. I'm increasingly using it for like everything. I even I bought off of Etsy. I bought a planner for 2022, 2023 because I was like, I needed to have something more centralized. So this is like increasingly becoming my all around like portable filing cabinet, because I have like basically all of my documents, from all of these cases that we're downloading, like the Marilyn Manson documents that just came out. There was an ex parte application. There was a motion to request to do some limited discovery, and all those declarations that came out that were crazy. So I have them all in this document, in this little tablet, and along with all of my notes from everything, along with basically everything. So this has become like my like Swiss Army knife of like, I don't know, organization, I guess you could say. So yeah. Anyhow, this is great. But yeah. Oh, and Secret McSquirrel says, plus there's now gifting, so you never know. Stick around, you might get a free membership. I need to see about how to do free memberships. That's a great idea. Matthew Giannotti says, I prefer a Surface. I return my Remarkable. Really? I have never heard of Surface, but I am intrigued. Yeah, you said that it's overpriced. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not cheap, but for me personally, I'm increasingly finding the value in this thing. So can you do an unsponsored review of it? I mean, I kind of have been doing an unsponsored review of this. Like I'm definitely not sponsored by I haven't gotten any kickbacks from Remarkable ever, but I have done, like, I've talked about the Remarkable before on live streams, like during the depth trial. Somehow I just like started talking about it. But yeah, I get zero kickbacks from them at this point. Maybe at some point I'll talk about it enough that they'll like reach out to me and be like, hey, yeah, actually, can you continue talking about your Remarkable? But yeah, I could maybe do like a full review or something like that. Alyssa K, hey, welcome to memberships. Thanks for joining. Welcome to Byte Club, Uncivil Law, free memberships. Maybe for a limited few. Maybe for a limited few. Oh, so it's a Microsoft Surface. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So people can buy memberships and gift them to random people in the chat. Interesting. Okay. Cool. So And then on the other side of the coin, I returned my surface, but to each their own. Interesting. Okay. Hold lottery on locals for Legal Bites merch. That's not a bad idea. You know what? I kind of like that idea. If some folks would like that. Yeah, Ophelia the Fair. I can't wait to hear your take on the Marilyn Manson case. I appreciate that. I am, and I know I've been working my way a little bit slowly through this one because I want to. Part of it is because I anticipate that there is so much in this particular case that is much easier for people to discount one side or another. Um, and I worry that if I do come to a particular conclusion, on either side, honestly, if you come to it too quickly, or at least if people don't see your homework for how you come to that conclusion, then you're more likely to be just like written off one way or another. Um, I so anyway, so that's why I'm trying to be pretty diligent about going through it. But I definitely will be sharing my thoughts as we go through. So oh yeah, more about the remarkable. They are cool. The handwriting aspect, it just wasn't compatible with engineering and math stuff. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, it literally feels like you're writing on paper. Like that's one of the coolest parts about the remarkable. And for me personally, I like this as opposed to a tablet because like a normal tablet, like an iPad or something like that, because you can't download anything other than like PDFs. So there's a lot less of an ability for it to distract you, which means it's more likely to help you be productive, which for me, distraction can be kind of an issue. Um, but yeah, yeah. Um, anyhow, so let me come through here. Oh, when is the Marilyn Manson case? So it was just filed. Um, just as in like in March. So that's still like just filed. Basically, it's very early days for the case. What has happened so far in this case, like in terms of procedural history, like for filings in the case, is the complaint was filed in March, and then there were two anti-SLAPP motions that were filed in the case in May, I think April and May. So because of that, so an anti-SLAPP, I know some people have heard this many times now, so they're like, stop explaining what it is, but not everyone knows. I always assume that somebody is coming in fresh, right? Anti-SLAPP stands for SLAPP, Strategic Litigation Against Public Participation. It's a special motion to strike in California, which means that it is a particular motion that they can use in a very specific way to try to make the case go away. And the allegation is that they're basically using the First Amendment to say, you are improperly using the litigation process to try to silence me in one way or another. And so in California, it's very strong and the mechanisms are very specific. So as a result of that, the entire litigation basically like shuts down as soon as an anti-SLAPP motion is filed. Normally, outside of the scope of an anti-SLAPP motion, what happens with a typical lawsuit is as soon as, like, if you are the plaintiff in a case, you file the complaint, you serve them, you can basically start serving them with discovery like right off the bat. So just you can and that kind of like it can put them on the back foot where they're like having to respond to your complaint and then like immediately having to respond to discovery. They've got certain deadlines that they've got to meet, and then there's a lot that you kind of put like instant pressure on them. On the other hand, when they decide to file an anti-SLAPP motion, you can't serve them discovery because the whole point is that like you're improperly using the discover or the litigation process. So right now, everything has been frozen from the beginning. But what just happened was Marilyn Manson filed a request to do some limited discovery in the case and to try to move back the anti-SLAPP motions hearings because they were originally set for like January or December, and then they were moved up to mid to end August. So anyway, I'm not sure exactly what happened with the hearing that happened on Friday on that particular issue, but We'll see. It's still very early days in this particular case. So, anyhow, let me see if there are any other questions. So, are you going to do the Alex Murdaugh trial? I am, I am knee deep in research of that one, but it is such a fascinating case, and yes, I fully anticipate talking about it this week. So I am planning to do a live stream tomorrow to talk about to talk a bit about the appeals that are likely to the arguments that are likely to come up, or some arguments at least are likely to come up for the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard appeals that were just the notices for which were just filed last week. And then on, I think Thursday is when I have in my schedule to talk about some more Manson, some Murdaugh, some Twitter v Musk. So we're gonna get into some of this stuff. Yeah, and then maybe doing some brief sort of explainers in between. We'll see. So anyhow, other than the Marilyn Manson case, what other Hollywood and mainstream trials are there? Well, there's the Vanessa Bryant versus LA County Sheriff's Department over the images that were taken of Kobe Bryant's remains and Gianna Bryant's remains. So there's that one that is coming up for mid to late August. There is, what else? There's a Danny Masterson trial that's coming up because he's been charged with SA, I believe. So there's that one. I think there's also Pitt v. Jolie. There's their divorce case, which is currently on ice until October. It looks like everything's sort of in a holding pattern until October because they've named some Brad Pitt has named some new defendants to add to the case, so they have to have time to serve them, all this kind of stuff. So, anyhow, yeah. So I think I'm probably missing a couple here. Oh, also the Rust shooting cases. There's a lot of litigation around that too. Hoopy wants to know, have you watched all of Colonel Kurtz's channel Marilyn Manson videos where are people who know him and Evan, she's interviewed them, or only legal documents at this point, and keep it that way? So far I have mostly stuck to the legal documents, but I'm starting to now look at her channel and her interviews and stuff because it's very fascinating. I think that those interviews, regardless of which way you're thinking on that particular case, those interviews are probably going to be very good ones to watch because of the fact that, I mean, these are potential witnesses that she's talking to, that could be called into the litigation, and if it goes to trial, even more interesting. So, yeah. John Gordon, will you cover the Marilyn Manson trial live? Well, if they decide to have cameras in the courtroom, 100%. Heck yeah. I'm already super committed to that. If they don't, I'm also like the only reason why I wouldn't be in the courtroom for that personally to watch it myself would be if I'm like I don't know, like Mr. Bites and I are like planning on having kids at some point. If I'm like 9 months pregnant and like can't fly, like that would be basically like the only reason that I can think of at this point. So yeah. Yeah, average rando. I'm looking forward to Manson and Musk, and of course Pitt and Jolie. Yes, they're all very, very interesting cases. Let's see here. A crumble cookies. Yeah, I've been hearing about this one. That this is a case that's going on in Utah. I know Boss Attorney Bree talked about it. I know Emily D. Baker talked about it. I haven't like approached it much, but I heard it's kind of a hilarious case. So I don't know. Maybe I should. Why not? Maybe I should. So yeah, that could be an interesting case too. Yeah, Danny Masterson. Legal Bites. I'm very interested in Danny Masterson, but be super careful before covering Scientology. Yeah, I've heard some things. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, Carol, we all got hungry on Friday when Emily checked the crumble cookie case out. I am not surprised. Oh, Against the Tide. Have you watched AH's 2016 vid. No, but I did see that Jackson and Brian had I think a live stream showing it and talking about it. So I've got to check out their video on that too. There's just so much stuff, right? Oh, lemon fresh mini bites on the horizon. Hopefully, if God bless, right? It would be great if that could happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyhow, so that's a little bit of what I'm looking at on this particular channel, and I'm looking at how I can organize things in a way that gives some things in bite-sized form, right? Because we're all about doing things in bite-sized pieces, right? And then also doing some more like I don't know, like a 3-course meal version, you could say. So, yeah. Anyway, it'll be it'll be it'll be interesting to see how things can shape up, and hopefully I can get on more of a predictable schedule for you guys too, so we can do that too. Oh, Midnight Yell says they want legal input. You should go on with Jackson Brand. I would love that. You know what? I'm gonna DM Jax because she's one of my buddies now. She even went to my wedding, so she was there. It was great. I loved having her there. So yeah. If they want some legal input on it, I would be happy to chat with them about it. Yeah, but I've got to watch their live stream first, I think. Anyhow, well, thanks for joining me for this very informal, impromptu live stream. There's going to be a lot of hopefully a lot of law coming out soon. But yeah, just looking through. Yep, just looking through the chat here to see if there are any maybe some other good questions that I missed. But okay. Anyhow, thanks guys. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you guys very soon. See you in the next video.